Nervous?
Welcome back. So we have some good news for you today.
We learned that our parents watched the episode that we filmed before, talk about the relationship with them and their disapproval. And there's a link down below you can check out if you missed it.
So basically we agreed to film a TV show a while ago in Korea and they wanted to film about the same topic. We weren't sure if we should do it or not because we'd kind of put this issue behind us and we'd kind of move on from everything, and we decided to just stay together and not really think about it just for mental health reasons. But we agreed to film the show, so because of the Korean TV show and because of our YouTube video and all the comments and everything down below, they have changed their minds and they're more open and willing to trying to work things out now. We can do another video explaining more about the Korean TV show later, but for now we're really excited about this and we're really grateful to you guys. We've heard a lot of interesting and awesome stories there. It was good to hear about other stories and people it happened to and how they handled it. So if you guys have seen our video, you know that he hasn't been home in a while because of this issue.
Too much drama, you know?
Yeah, so, but now that they've decided to be a little bit more open about the topic, he's able to go home. We're gonna stay together anyway, so it's really, really important for him to have this bond with them, regardless of our relationship.
Yeah, they're more willing to talk about the issue and ask about kind of questions about like international dating and stuff. So I think it's a good start to change.
One story we heard that was really awesome and interesting is a guy who said he never thought about the topic and he realized his son was in an international school, so he might very well have this issue. He brought it up to his friends and realized like he would be open to a foreign girl or a like black girl if he brought her home. So he brought the topic to his son and it turned out his son could possibly bring home a foreign girl to marry later. So it was really awesome that we sparked this topic and a conversation between them. These days there aren't enough conversations happening, so we're really excited to be a part of more conversations and change and growth.
Yeah, I mean, that was the reason why we tried to film this and talk about this with more people, because we kind of wanted to throw out this topic to public so more people kind of can think about this issue and exchange opinions and just have a general conversation. It was super awesome that we actually made someone to think about the issue.
Up until now, we've kind of kept to ourselves and we haven't been involved with this family at all. But now we've agreed to another meeting with them to try again. Something you can keep trying and pushing it. It's very hard to be in a position where you're constantly having to prove to someone that you're human. It's very draining to have to keep feeling like you have to prove your humanity over and over again. I'm a person too. I have feelings too. Yes, I'm a person too. Okay, but I'm right here and I can hear you and I'm a person too. It's very draining. After our last video, a lot more happened and I learned a lot more Korean. So I actually heard a lot of bad things on the phone when they would call and complain. I heard a lot of racial slurs and it was really hard to hear. All of this happened after the last video. So thinking about all of these things and the new information I found out on the set, kind of in front of everybody, actually, it was really hard to consider going back for another official dinner again. I think it was hard for everybody, and so we kind of postponed it for a long time. I had a hard time trying to just suddenly forget everything that had happened and separating his parents and thinking them as actual people instead of hearing the racist slurs in my head every time I heard their voice. At some point, I'd a little bit given up on Korean language because I got overwhelmed after hearing so many bad things in Korean. And I just got discouraged for a while because I felt like, why am I learning this just to keep hearing more bad things? To be fair, there were all kinds of things, but at the time, this really affected me because I was hearing the racist slurs back at home as well. People don't change right away. It takes a long time. So I wasn't really sure, and I didn't want to walk into another drama. I wasn't ready yet. It wasn't really genuine because they feel really sorry to him, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy for them to be able to talk and have a better relationship. But because they felt forced to meet me and forced to try to be able to sit down next to me, and of course forced to have to be in public with me, and it's a really bad feeling that if someone's embarrassed of you in public, you can feel it. So I didn't want to be in this situation again. And there was a lot of fear behind it. But right after we ran into his mom at his house, we were returning, he was driving back the car and we were gonna leave it there and go back home. But I was downstairs by the garage door and I heard her come outside. I actually ran away to hide because I didn't want to deal with the drama. She saw me because you said Phoebe's here, and then she came outside. Like, what?
This is how you were hiding. Like this is not hiding.
Hey, but no, I was down the bottom of the stairs. Nobody can see me there.
Around.
No, I didn't turn
Facing
around.
the wall.
In Bia's story, she escaped to avoid confrontation and ran away to hide. But really, she was just facing the other way and everyone could see her ass the whole time. Of course, I had to awkwardly say, okay, Bia's here.
I'm not sure. I really think that I was hiding. But anyway, so she offered us a ride home. But during the ride home, I was really surprised because usually she would talk about me, but not to me. So it was the first time she looked into the mirror and actually looked at me and talked to me. And she brought the video, which was shocking for us. So uncomfortable. Yeah, but she brought it up and she said that she was trying to be brave about everything. So I thought, okay, she's really trying here. So let's give this a go and see. If it works out, then it works out. If not, then we can go back to our peaceful lives by ourselves and see how this goes.
Nervous?
Hello.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye.
We'll show you guys next time exactly how everything went from there. And thank you guys again for your comments and feedback that helped us get to this point. And yeah, like it.
구독해주세요.
Say bye.